It's before the bell. Podcast slamming all comers. Bloodlines, hot thighs, yeah, no runners. Boys Martin, J, and CT. Laid out for the count. 1, 2, 3. Before the bell podcast. Before the bell podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuned into the greatest wrestling podcast of all time. Who Am I? Main Event CT. What is this? Before the Bell podcast. Before we even get rocking, I need to say, Saya, thank you so much for doing our timestamps for the episodes. He's been going through every episode and adding the timestamps in the moment, so thank you. Brilly does the clips. Jerry Williams does the designs for the community. Dude, let me tell you something. We got some designs that we are going to unveil on the site tomorrow afternoon after the episode drops that is going to blow you guys' mind. In the meantime, we are joined by somebody that I like to call the sixth man. This is the greatest off the bench player in history. He is the Darkitect. He is Dark Kent. He is also a member of the family from the Nancast. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Burns.
Hello, world. I'm back again. Am I the only reoccurring character in this universe?
Is you and Minnie that are reoccurring.
Okay, yeah.
But you on your way.
Oh my God, I'm on my way.
You the next lady Bruce.
Sorry, I can do that. I could. Something happened from out of nowhere just now.
What you're tuned into right now are the most dangerous combination of letters and numbers in all of professional podcasting. That is Before the Bell. And no, you're not just hearing voices in your head. What you're hearing are 3 of the absolute legend killers in this game. And I'm here to tell you that we've been evolving left and right, and we're leaving a legacy when it comes to this podcasting thing. And if anybody in the comments or in the chat or has anyone have an issue anywhere else, I'll let you know right now, we have no problem dropping you with a Before the Bell.
Gotta hit him with the pose. Why wouldn't you hit him with the pose? Woo.
It's well done. It's well done.
I'm imagining Mandy Morton.
Well, I was going to say Marty.
Yeah.
Mandy sounds crazy.
Here's what just happened.
Yeah.
He got upset because he realized yours was better. But there's a zest to it.
It was the worst comment. It was like a combination of like...
There's a crisis that happened for 2
There's
seconds.
some zest.
Yeah, it was like
it's kind of fire, but at the same time, I'm thinking, I'm thinking Mandy Moore.
Yeah, I don't want to be called Mandy.
Rhymes with candy.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there. There's a lot to consider.
So
what is it? Yeah,
I was gonna say Marty Marotin.
No, sir.
Okay,
Not
you
at
are
all.
Mandy Morton.
yeah. Mandy Orton is.
Mandy Morton?
You're Mandy Morton, bro.
100%. Yep, absolutely.
Jeez
Well,
Louise.
that came out of nowhere.
Are you not wearing socks?
No,
Okay.
no
Yeah,
show
I know,
socks.
I know.
Yeah.
You know me, I'm scanning.
You see, looking for anything.
Material.
That's
you know
every
me.
time.
Yeah. You know what I mean? That's all right.
Man, I'm gonna tell you this one thing. This is an amazing cosplay. You really killed it with the voice.
Yeah.
Everything. I love the tattoo sleeves. Them shorts are a little too short, but other than
You
that,
know, I was trying to think. What is?
I'm thankful you wore shorts because
Yeah.
if you came here
with the tights,
dog, because I'm already seeing it get lighter and lighter as it gets closer to the to the thigh.
You know what doesn't get tanned? When
Yeah,
you go short.
100%.
Mark says got his tattoos on Wish.
Yeah. Right, yeah. There's a Jeff Hardy element.
I thought it was Jeff, and I was like, please don't be Jeff. Don't be Jeff.
No.
And you gave me Randy, and I'm like, oh, this is perfect.
Ooh, Jeff Marty. That's a good future.
Jeff Marty.
Jeff Marty,
bros.
Yo, so Pete, everybody that is watching, I cannot thank you enough for all of your comments on all the videos across all of our social media, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. You guys are the reason that the videos are going viral and getting the success that they get. And beyond that, if you guys need to know this, which is very important, the super chats are open. That means every addition that you guys give that is a significant amount, we will stop the show. We appreciate every single amount that you guys give us. Believe us, we truly do. And with that, if you're watching a replay, throw your bells in the chat. And you can also give us super thanks while you're watching live when the episode premieres tomorrow. So let's get into it, man. First, before we even get into WWE, Ricochet is all elite.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It is a fact. Ricochet is over there, and he is about to be underutilized.
He already lost his first match.
Yeah.
So I was watching All In
Yeah.
earlier today. I was like, okay, it's a pretty good casino gauntlet battle
was
royal
fun, yeah.
match, whatever. And then he didn't win. Nigel McGuinness returned
So-
after years away.
Can we talk about that for a second?
go.
Yes.
He has hepatitis, right?
Yeah.
That's a crazy
Well,
illness
No, yeah, but,
to mention on
but,
camera.
it's real, but no, I'm not even making that up. He
Well, yeah. It
he
was,
literally, that's why he retired, because
well,
it's
it was
a
like a
liability.
combination of that and concussions.
Oh, it's not just the hepatitis?
I don't listen. I don't.
Hepatitis.
I thought
Why
it was,
can't you say that? Is
Yeah,
it not
yeah,
You
yeah.
know
legal?
what's funny? It is. That's one of those words that sounds like it's banned.
Yeah.
Hepatitis, bro.
I thought it was like a Magic in '92 situation. Man.
Yeah.
People were like, I ain't playing basketball. They don't know enough about it.
Yeah, we don't know about
You know what I mean?
the hep.
Yeah.
'Cause that's why the Undertaker got mad at Bob Orton got fired
Yeah.
because he was bleeding all over Undertaker in was it 05, 06?
Yeah, could you imagine?
Yeah, getting old man hep. Yeah, that was crazy time.
Yeah, to get at an advanced age is horrible. Horrible.
Old man.
Yeah, that's why he always had that cast on because he, because of the hep. It went to his arm.
It's the hep now.
Yeah. It's just
You
the hep.
said we couldn't say hepatitis.
Yeah,
we
shortened it.
We weren't even adding the letters to it because there's like 9 of them.
It was a lot more. It was like HEPA.
No, not the letter. It was
Yeah,
like hepatitis A, hepatitis B.
God, I thought you were talking about. I was like, no, it's got to be.
He went with he spelled it. Oh, I was not following at first. I was like, wait a minute. There's no hepatitis H. I know that there isn't. I'm gonna let him go though. But
Once you get
I
to the
thought you knew
Titus, they're like,
something
he
we
might be
didn't.
right.
yeah.
Titus. We start. I feel like that's the black version of it. We're like, oh, that boy got the
He
Titus.
got
You
that Titus, boy.
don't go down 9th Street. That girl got the Titus.
She got Titus C.
You don't want to mess with Titus
That
C.
boy got the Titus O'Neil. He got that strong Titus.
making moves, making hepatitis
Millions of
moves.
dollars. Millions of dollars.
They come back barking at you. You know what I mean?
You stupid. Oh God, we off on the wrong flag.
Well, yeah, man. Good for
Yo.
Ricochet.
Yeah, good for him. The music's already better. I
Yes,
would say there's
yes.
no pew pew before he comes out.
He got a pop too.
He did get a
He got a
pop.
pop.
He belongs there.
He
Yeah.
does, but here's the thing that I'm wondering, man. And this is, first of all, love and respect to Ricochet.
Yeah,
Samantha Irvin, friend of the show.
yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
We will say, I saw a meme that said Ricochet's greatest opponent in AEW is gonna be the microphone.
No. Listen, I thought about that though too. I'm like, don't have him say nothing.
Yeah, just have him fight.
Have him fight, have a mouthpiece, let him be King Ricochet when he was a heel in Japan. Totally fine. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because now he was showing off way more
Yep.
Yeah.
in the match and everything. So it's like, let him be that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
What do you think the reason is though? Like, what do you like? We've all been saying he's gonna go to AEW for months, ever since he got the whole Braun Breaker thing. But what do we? Let me stop this sentence. We're gonna get back.
We're
to
gonna
that.
get
To Tyrone Handon, almost spent over $150 for my EBT money, but it's so worth it. I want to say thank you. Put it right in the middle. Scoot it a little bit more to the right, please. Right, a little bit to the left. I'm trying to get it in between the cameras. A little bit more to the right. To the right.
No. The
The
other
other
way.
right.
Yeah, come.
Come
to
on,
the
man.
left.
This is
a little bit more.
A little bit more to the
This is a
left.
Right there.
Marx
Oh,
Brothers
stay right
sketch.
All right. But I want to say thank you for this platform and allowing us to join you. Wow. Round of applause
Oh,
for
that's
Tyrone
beautiful.
Handon. That is very kind of you. Thank
That was
you
beautiful.
so much for that. And while we're here, Jonathan Cantris says, great main event. Happy for BD and can't wait for Swerve/Hangman 3. What is the chance that BD faces Nigel in a title defense?
So here's the thing.
Go ahead.
My fear is because Tony Khan, again, All In was good. But his booking is so inconsistent where it could be Bryan Danielson versus Nigel McGuinness at Wrestle Kingdom, or it could be them on a random Dynamite in like Kentucky. So you don't know when they might drop it. But I'm if they're smart, you hold off that match until what's the one they got over in London again next year? Forbidden Door. They moved it there. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good call.
Or Wrestle Dream in Seattle.
These names of these events.
I swear to God, I was about to say, like, this is a trash name, bro.
Yeah.
Wrestle Dream?
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
They ran out of everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was on that narcotic when he came. You know what? I had a dream. With Russell. You know, Russell.
Let's do it in Kansas. Come on, places.
It didn't blink at all while he was telling it.
All, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bryan Danielson
Yep.
is
New
our
champion.
new, and you called it. Oh, you called it. Martin was like, they're doing a lot of talk about this retirement thing. I feel like he's just going to win the belt. And he won that belt.
Yeah.
They couldn't do that to us. They couldn't, because the whole buildup was like, Swerve's like, I'm gonna retire you. And Danielson was like, I don't even really want to wrestle no more. So it can't end. And then he just lose and you like,
no resistance.
I guess he really didn't want to wrestle like that no more. All right. You know what I mean? That's anticlimactic, you know.
Yeah.
So congrats to the American Dragon.
Also, Swerve got the head of a Samoan boy. He ate like 14 of the, what do they call it, Busaiku knees or whatever.
Yeah. But that's how all AEW is. They heads crack open on a regular basis.
Yeah.
It's just not sustainable. That's why everyone hurt all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And horrible decision, I have to say, about Tony Storm losing the title.
Yeah.
Because it's about what happens next is the problem. Right. You know what I mean? Mariah May, great. It's a hot shot moment. There's, she gets one over on the babyface. But who in AEW are you excited about seeing her wrestle? I'll wait. You know what I mean? Like Toni Storm at least makes it interesting, whatever she's in, because she's such a character.
Yeah.
Now Mariah May has the belt, and they're gonna Soraya her.
Yeah.
You know
I bet it's gonna be that. Who's that? Mina, the little Japanese chick.
I can't wait for that. That's big box office.
Yeah.
I'll put butts in seats.
We also got the grizzled young veteran sort of like they debuted a while ago, but they lost in their debut and that was on like a random collision. So I'm like, this does nothing. Jamie Hayter came back on the pre-show for that's what I'm talking about. It's like, first off, the pre-show had 5 matches with 90 people in them.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Also,
everybody gonna get a match. That's what he said.
Also, every match, save one, which was to see who got a title shot, was a title match.
Oh.
Every match was a title match. How does any title matter if every match is a title match?
And then the match that had the title shot, there's 3 champions in it.
Oh my God.
And Christian won.
How about it? But you know what AEW reminds me of? It's like when you meet a relative as an adult and your aunt is like, you remember her? You met her when you sorta, you know what I mean? And that's what they do. They debut wrestlers that you're like, I vaguely, the grizzled young vets, right? Yeah, for sure. Oh, Nigel McGuinness. Oh, that's right. He has like sort of a thing with Danielson. Yeah, like it's never
sort
current, like exciting things necessarily, unless you're like a super hardcore fan, and that's like appealing to that demo is gonna keep them where they at.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. However, when we get to the box office, we talk about Monday Night Raw, boy.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something about Gunther and Randy Orton.
Yes, sir.
Gunther and Randy Orton, we know it's unfinished business. This has to get checked off because otherwise it makes it a blemish on Gunther being the champion. That's why I love that this is his first defense compared to him facing Damian Priest again for the rematch. This solidifies the entire argument, but it's obvious that Randy's losing this one. Joseph
Carranza said, first time watching live and on the toilet right now. Great episode so far. Okay.
Let me tell you something. First of all, we're going to applaud you for the super chat. That's number 1. Number 2, we didn't need to know that.
I mean, intimacy is earned. You know what I mean? It's not just, you don't just give it,
of all the places to be.
Absolutely. I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm not going to stall you out, but it's like, we didn't need to.
We've all taken the phone in there. We get it.
Yeah.
You're going to be there for a while, boy.
But let's
move on. There's nothing to elaborate on.
Sheamus versus Pete Dunne.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are we thinking? I think this. Pete Dunne shouldn't have lost the match. No matter what, Sheamus is a future Hall of Famer, and Pete Dunne needs to prove himself to the wide audience.
Yeah.
Him losing that match did more harm than good.
I agree. I will say I thought it was going to be a screwy finish so they could put that in Berlin because they're both from somewhere over there. So in the vicinity.
White world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think that hurts Pete Dunne. Like, because where do either one of them go from here?
Well, Sheamus goes back to Ludwig Kaiser, but Pete Dunne, now he's fledging even more. It's like floundering even more, where he was already kind of getting a microscopic push. But this is almost in the territory of what I'll mention when we get to SmackDown of the Carmelo and Andrade thing, where it's like he's won 2 matches.
Yeah.
You've already lost the series if y'all had 3 matches. This is odds on. So now I
Best
feel
3
like
out of 5.
That means he has to win the next match on this SmackDown, and then a tiebreaker happens the following SmackDown. Yeah. But Pete Dunne, who are his potential opponents?
That's the issue. It's just the real estate is Triple H's biggest issue, I think, creatively. Like, he's not. Who would have thought Shawn Michaels was going to be like
the guy?
You know what I mean? Like the one to be like, I know how I'm gonna structure this. You know what I mean?
Visionary.
And I'm gonna make every match matter, and I'm gonna make every blow off match be the ending that it should be, et cetera, et cetera. Now he is like running through the greatest hits of his own career with the way that like people turn on each other, et cetera, et cetera.
Come on, man.
You know what I mean?
We're just waiting on somebody to go through a barbershop window.
And he clearly has a thing for cheeks. You know what I mean? Which is fine. Which
man.
Give me a reason to tune in on Tuesday.
Fellow brother after my own heart.
That's right. That's right.
Be cheesy.
Yeah.
Cheeksy.
But it seems like
very cheeksy.
Triple H, he's so laser focused on the main event scene that I think it would help him in a lot of ways, like Tony Khan, if you delegated more for the mid card.
Yeah.
You know what? To yes and that, Tyson Kidd, and Jason Jordan have both been spoken about having amazing producer hats when it comes to these matches and feuds.
Sure.
So it's like if you can delegate the mid-card scene to them on both of their brands, or they focus on both shows, it could be amazing.
Absolutely.
And we got the main event scene, which is incredible already.
Yeah. I mean, say what you will about Vince Russo. What was good about his booking in the 90s.
You knew what was coming.
Yeah. Is the fact I love when you hear the stories that he had a whiteboard and everyone on the roster was on the whiteboard. And it was like, this is what they have going on. This is their story. No matter what is going on, there is a story at least.
Bro, even the headbangers.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, how do you have the headbangers and the oddities?
Everything mattered. You know what I'm saying? And as of right now, it's like on SmackDown, if you're not a part of the Bloodline story, it don't matter. You know what I mean? And if you're not part of the Gunther story, it kind of don't matter.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's, you got to use everything you got to enhance the greatness of your main event scene. I say it strongly every time. I stand on this. Every great era of pro wrestling had an amazing tag team scene.
Yeah.
And mid-card title scene.
Yeah.
Every great era. The 80s, the 90s, the reality era, whatever you want to call it. Every single one.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
With that, man, let me bring up my guy, Odyssey Jones, for a second.
Yeah.
Odyssey Jones is a monster.
Yes.
And beyond that, when I seen him come out in the powder blue singlet, I was like, oh, this is shades of Mark Henry.
Yeah.
But while I'm mentioning it, I feel like the larger brothers should stay away from those bright colors of singlets.
Well, they say black is slimming.
Yeah.
Powder blue is not.
His chest meat was meating out. Yeah. Pause. But it was very, I was like, he had the the little foldables. Yeah. You're like, oh, all right.
It was like a very stylish airbag.
That was,
you know what I'm saying?
What did you say?
Stuffed crust? Is that what he said?
He said stuffed crust. He definitely did. Now that is, okay.
Read it.
This
Nubu Sabati?
Noob Say Body.
Noob Say Body.
Oh, Noob Say
Body.
CT,
I'm from Brazil, and I'm listening to you and the guy since I was bootlegging Speedy Comedy Corner in 2010. I know nothing about
WWE though.
WWE though.
Oh, well, first, Noob, thank you so much for your donation to the show and supporting me for all these years. That's truly something that I do not take for granted. So thank you. And let me tell you something. We had so much fun on this show. You're going to start watching wrestling and you are going to have a ball. Before the bell, best podcast of all time. So as we speak about this, Kofi Kingston in the Odyssey Jones storyline with Xavier Woods.
He's wrong.
I'm loving it.
He's wrong though.
He's wrong.
Xavier is the baby face.
He is the baby
100%.
face. But seeing Kofi be serious for the first time in a decade,
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, I like this because we haven't seen him be serious even when he was WWE champion.
Right.
Yeah. He was still twerking and stuff. And had
with the belt backwards. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
So there's,
crazy.
I'm in this Facebook group with like, it's the weirdest mix. It's called BWO, Black World Order. So it's like black wrestling fans.
Okay.
You don't want to join.
I didn't ask.
I know. I'm done. It is
I
like,
did not say send me a link.
it is.
That's you, brother.
yeah. Enjoy
That's your
yourself.
side mission.
Yeah.
I'm good.
That's my side
That's
mission.
your side mission, brother. You do your thing.
It's like black Israelite wrestling fans, basically.
Oh.
So it's very like Hotep-y. Like we're tired of we're tired of the black man being held down in wrestling and embarrassed and made a joke. I want everybody to be Bobby Lashley. Like they were very
man.
So one dude said, he was like, after I saw Kofi twerking, I understood why Brock Lesnar beat him in 8 seconds. I was like, all right, now I said, I gotta fight you. 'Cause that's disrespectful.
Yeah, especially with how that WrestleMania when Kofi won,
Yeah.
I screamed at the top of my lungs. Let me tell you when I screamed for wrestling moments in the past like 6 years. It was about to be a pause, but that's why I had to speak clearly through. Kofi Kingston winning the WWE Championship at WrestleMania.
Yep.
Cody Rhodes winning the championship at WrestleMania. Dolph Ziggler winning the Intercontinental title at SummerSlam from The Miz. Because for me, it's like, I'm such a Dolph Ziggler guy. He had been down for so long. So for him to get something, I was like, yeah. And I'm going to honestly say when Cena beat The Rock at WrestleMania for the title, and it's only because that particular year, I love The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
I love The Rock. Like, I am a Rock fan. But the last promo before, it was the go-home show to WrestleMania that year, The Rock was talking reckless to Cena, bro.
Yeah.
And he destroyed him in that promo battle. And I was just like, I root for the underdog a lot of times.
Yeah.
So
then
that's
he was
the-
like, you Fruity Pebbles looking.
No, that was the one. That was the one where he was saying to him, you think you had The Rock beat?
Yeah.
I beat you before. I know. It was killing him as a wrestler and as a man. And I was like, come on, Rock. You have to do my boy like that, boy.
Yeah.
So Rock's MO though. You know what I mean? Like there will be no upstaging to win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why I say he should run for president. Who gonna win that promo battle against him in a debate situation? He gonna have catchphrases. He gonna take his shirt off.
That's all you need is a catchphrase in the battle of politics.
Well, what do you think about taxes?
Well,
It doesn't matter what you think about taxes. And then,
it's gonna be policies be damned.
yeah.
What if you say that they're like,
No,
President
honestly,
elect Johnson, we still really do need to know what he thinks
Yeah.
about taxes. I said it doesn't matter. Yeah, but
you had your time,
Rudy Poo tax evasion.
and now it's Senator whatever's time.
let's talk American Alpha.
Now they're called American Made.
American Made.
American Made.
American Made.
There have been so many American
Yeah,
names.
it's just
yeah. Just take American Alpha. It's still, you still have
it's
it.
still there.
It's not nobody using it.
No, definitely not.
Gable, I've always been a Gable guy, and he is the one small guy on the roster that you don't look at as a small guy because you know he has the chops.
Right.
I don't think there's a wrestler that he cannot beat in WWE. He chaos theoried Braun Strowman,
Right,
who
yeah.
at the time was the biggest man in the company.
Facts.
So I don't doubt him whatsoever compared to like a Tozawa, where you're like, Tozawa ain't lifting nobody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Respect to Tozawa. But what would I say? Ivy Nile was spot on with her heel turn and the whole pit bull line, but
She do got a pit bull. Like, yeah.
It's more of a bulldog though than a pit bull.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know what I mean?
Well, I guess it depends on the pit bull.
Okay.
If it's like
Alright.
if it's like a purebred pit bull, like I could see her being a purebred pit bull because she looks like she bites people. Not like a rude way, but I mean like if you know like
I know what you're saying.
yeah.
Yeah, you're
She's
a
tough
pervert.
though, man. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Where did it come from, bro?
I just, I had to have theories.
Oh, okay.
What?
Ivy, I'm just moving on.
Yeah,
Ivy,
yeah.
Ivy now is that girl that's in the gym that you be like, oh, let me go ahead and help her, let me spot her, and she end up spotting you. Like
Yeah.
that's who
Yeah.
Ivy is in the entire
Your
situation.
form
I got
is
you.
off.
She's like, I got you.
She lifts you with the weight.
Yeah, like, hey, wait, hold on, wait.
How are you doing this with squats?
So make no sense.
No. Written down as every punch Ivy gave Maxine, I was like, no, not the face. But I was like, this doesn't really fit in the conversation.
I mean, shout out to Maxine. I got to see her live and in person for
How
the
is
first
she?
time a couple years ago. No, 1 year ago when they did SmackDown, and roll tide. That's all I'll say on that.
What?
Roll tide.
She's not
Maxine.
even from Alabama.
That's whatever. I knew you would get the reference.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's just for me?
Yeah.
You've never said it.
Because I went to the others. I went to Auburn,
He
so I
went
don't
to
say
Auburn,
that.
that's why.
Oh,
they're our
what,
rival.
What'd they be saying there?
War Eagle.
What was that?
War Eagle.
War Eagle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark said they be saying not our trees.
You got this one thing in your hair. Just let me. I just want to help you.
Yeah, please do.
Look up.
It's crazy to have someone who can reach off the couch on the couch.
Yo.
That was killing me. That was
Thank
absolutely
you.
killing me.
Not gonna do it.
Happy birthday, Jay.
Yeah, man. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jay Washington.
Now there's a quality feud between Ivy and Nikki Cross, which would be amazing. Wyatt Six with American Made is something that would help everybody involved.
Yes.
That is a feud will elevate every single person. Beyond, we got to rattle through this because we have a very special guest in here that arrived. Dom got a work wife. Dom got a real work wife. Eskimo kisses on the nose. He kissed her head twice. And the second one, I was like,
Yeah, man. Hey, this is getting too real.
I'm about to say, wife just shifted at home watching.
that was a great episode.
Yeah.
Introduce this person, Martin Morrow. Morrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, none other than the legend herself,
Hey.
Wow.
formerly known as KAYLA Braxton on the SmackDown team,
Hello.
but now actress extraordinaire, KAYLA Becker.
You got the new name down. Hello,
How are
fellas.
you?
Hello.
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Long
Yeah,
time no
good.
see.
I know, right? Happy to be here. I like that, like walking in the door and like getting an intro.
Oh, yeah.
That was kind of nerve wracking, to be honest. Like, what if I tripped and fell over one of these cords?
Let me tell you
Oh,
something.
We'd have a moment.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's something that would happen.
I mean, that would've
the
been a
live
clip.
would have happened, but the editing would have been edited
Nah,
out.
I made that a clip. That would have been a good
Cut
clip
that
right there.
I
KAYLA, how are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm doing great. Just enjoying my my low key Sunday.
Yeah.
Don't travel anymore, so I actually get to have full weekends in LA. So yeah, it's nice. Can't complain.
I'm glad that you came, first and foremost.
Me too.
Friend of the show, officially.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
there we go. I think that's better.
And you came in,
you know?
and you came appropriately dressed, same size shorts as Martin. I appreciate
Yes.
that.
I know. Did you steal those from my
Crazy.
closet?
Yeah, I
actually did.
All right,
Yeah,
give those
yeah.
back to me.
I should not be able to see your drawers.
I can roll them up.
No,
Don't.
Keep where
I
you
think
at,
we're
bro.
good. Yeah,
Don't
the angle
futz
that
with
we
them
have,
at
I think
all.
that's about as high up as they need to go
Yeah.
for this to air anywhere
Right. Almost see your
appropriate.
religion. Everybody relax.
My religion?
yeah.
That's what we calling it.
Yeah.
So one time, never mind.
Cut or uncut. You get it.
No, yeah. One time this girl said, "Oh, you got a Gentile."
What?
Okay.
All right. I get, yeah.
You
I get it.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
She had that hep seat.
No, does not say that. She did not have Hep C. I've not been with anyone with Hep C.
Recently.
No, not even really. I've never. There's
No,
never
never.
been. No, I don't. What about you?
When you see the beginning
Okay.
of the episode,
I'm like, where
this
did
all-
I just walk
all
in?
makes
Yeah,
sense.
there's a lot.
It's an
Okay.
incredible callback.
Okay.
Incredible
A lot of
callback.
I
background.
can't wait to watch it all back then.
You are here. First of all, I want to give you a flower and saying amazing run with WWE.
Thank you. I
Amazing
appreciate that.
run.
Thank you very much.
I want to know, why was it this moment? Because I know that the dreams and aspirations that you have and goals that you set for yourself have always been there. But
Mhm.
what made this year be the moment?
I think I went into this year knowing it was going to be the moment. I reached a point where, God, 8 years is a long time. And I always gave myself a limit, like a certain amount of time that I
Wow.
was going to work there. And it was 8 years.
Mhm.
I didn't want to get to 10. I thought 8 was a good, a good number. And then going into this year, a lot of things were changing in WWE, as we've all witnessed. And I thought, this change, I think, means it's time for me to change as well. And like certain people that I used to like answer to were no longer in those positions. And I just started feeling a little bit like a stranger in my own home.
Oh.
And I feel like when you kind of get that feeling, it's like, all right, not for like any negative reasons.
Yeah,
It was
just different.
It was just different. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? I think this is the universe saying, Kayla, your time there is gone. It's time for somebody else to have their moment in your spot. And let's go find my moment somewhere else. So yeah, that was kind of it.
Who were some of the mentors that helped you along the way outside of Paul Heyman, the legendary, obviously,
Yes.
that helped you and that you end up helping on your way out? The new people.
Well, in the announcer realm, Renee Paquette, she was Renee Young, who's now at
Love Renee.
AEW.
Yeah.
She was kind of who helped me transition from NXT to SmackDown because I ended up working with her a lot, and then I kind of filled into her spot when she moved on. She was an incredible mentor, especially being a woman backstage, kind of knowing the ins and outs and all the nuances. Michael Cole, obviously, great legend.
Cole!
You know,
Vintage.
he was very helpful. Kept me sane for all of those years. But it was really fun to get to go from being the person that was being mentored to being the one mentoring the new people coming in. So seeing Megan Morant, who's now the host of The Bump, I was able to help her get ready for that position. And like Jackie Redmond, who's doing a phenomenal job. She has NHL Network, and now she's doing Raw, kind of helping her know the ins and outs of WWE. Because it doesn't matter how good of a broadcaster you are.
Right.
WWE is not the same. So just like getting people like ready for that. So it felt really good to leave. And even when I did leave, Jackie reached out to me just thanking me for like getting her ready for that position, which means a lot. And yeah, just kind of helped the peace feel me more that I was making the right decision to move on.
Yeah, I feel like you were one of the few people who got the rare like send off. I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of times we will see, oh, this person's gone. All right, good, but like
The future endeavors list.
yeah, you're like, oh.
I was like, y'all are not about to future endeavor me. Okay?
yeah. But it was beautiful to see like you actually got a moment. It was in Madison Square
Oh
Garden.
my
too,
God,
right?
yeah, the world's most famous arena, like obviously legendary for wrestling. The week before that was Chicago, another legendary spot for wrestling. So again, and when I put in my notice, I didn't even think about those were my last two shows. And so the cards all just kind of fell into place. And then I had no idea they were giving me that send off at Madison Square Garden. And let me tell you, it's as an announcer, you don't really know if the fans really appreciate you or, we're not the superstars. So we just kind of lay low. Don't know how much you're loved necessarily or if you are loved. But that night, the entire Madison Square Garden is chanting, "Thank you, Kayla."
Yeah.
I get chills just even like thinking about it. Like, what in the hell? Like, I never would have thought at Madison Square Garden I'd come out standing next to Cody Rhodes and having everybody at Madison Square Garden saying my name. And there's no freaking better way to walk out
Let me
of
stop you.
WWE.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm agree to disagree with you on this moment.
Okay.
A lot of times there are forgotten heroes backstage.
Mhm.
However, the people who make the impression on us are the people that become the sung heroes, and you're one of those people.
Well,
so it's like
thank
when
you.
you have these moments on camera where the audience is like, "Oh, that was a funny bit," or "Oh, this was a great moment," and everything that invites the universe in truly to knowing what's going on ins and outs. That's what makes a lot of you guys our favorites, and we want to see you get the send off.
Yeah.
So there are some people where you're like, "Oh, they were with WWE." I've never seen that
When?
person before.
Yeah.
But Kayla, and yes, Kayla Becker
Becker, that's
is
right.
you, but Kayla Braxton will forever live on.
Oh, that makes you feel really good. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. What's a good funny story from working with the World Wrestling Entertainment Incorporated Corporation?
That's crazy.
That's just far too many words. Yeah.
A funny
just said
story.
WWE.
You know what's wild?
Yeah.
You had enough breath for the first three letters, but you took too much breath. So you're like, I got more.
Well, I think it's because I said "the" in front of it, and then
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting because you can't say the WWE. That sounds weird.
The WWE.
Yeah, that sounded very
Normal?
That's
Regular? Even?
That's how I say it. I'd be like the
Listen.
WWE. But I'm going to stall you out because
Yeah. Go ahead.
you my friend.
Absolutely.
Thanks, guys.
So,
Appreciate
Please.
I'll never throw you under the bus, baby.
Elaborate.
Man, funny stories. I mean, there was something happening every single. Okay, I'll tell. Well, I got a few.
Hold on a second, Kayla.
Oh, no, what
There's
happened?
rules around
We
here.
got
There's rules around
rules.
here.
Oh,
We have
Freddie Velasquez just
Oh.
came through with a
Oh.
$50 super chat.
Big
Says,
What?
love this podcast. You guys are doing it big. And Kayla, I wish you all the blessings in the world on your future endeavors.
Freddie.
Round of applause.
Yeah.
Freddie,
Freddie.
thank you. And thank you for that future endeavors. You know,
Yeah.
I appreciate
We
that.
finally
Speaking of
got it.
which, you just filmed a movie.
I did. Oh my gosh. Again, the timing of everything. Yeah, I filmed a
Congrats.
movie with like some of my horror movie or just movie icons. I was alongside Justin Long, Ron Perlman, Justin Lacey, Ashley Benson, Dave Arquette. Yeah, and that was just a random, opportunity. I was like, all right, like here we go. Yeah, it's called Stranglehold, release date TBD. But yeah, I had a really fun character and got to like kind of be a little comedic.
Hold tight. Let's skip WWE for a second. Let's go back to immediately talking about this movie. Ron Perlman, Justin Long are two of my favorites. First
Me
off,
too.
David Arquette, Ready to Rumble, obviously.
We love Arquette.
What?
Yeah, and like what's funny enough is like I grew up a huge horror fan, and everyone knows that. But even like let's say Jeepers Creepers is an example. But Justin Long was one of those people I always said, if I ever like grow up and I do movies, I want to do a movie Justin Long.
Yeah.
From Drag Me to Hell to was it Tusk?
The recent one,
Tusk, yeah.
Tusk, he was
Barbarian.
Barbarian,
And,
so good.
and like the fact my very first movie just happened to be a movie with Justin Long, and we were in scenes together is like
You a good luck charm.
I was so nervous to go introduce myself. I was like, Justin Long, right? Idiot.
I'm also a Mac.
I am a human in my human skin.
Did you just hear that reference?
No, what is it?
He said, I'm also a Mac. Remember the Mac and PC commercials?
Oh wow. Oh, wow.
Hey,
That's
yo.
a deep cut.
I'm a deep puller. You
Hey,
know
Chris.
what I'm saying?
Yo.
You on your way.
I'm on my way.
You the
You the
next
next
Lenny
Lenny
Bruce.
Bruce.
Oh, I'm trying,
Woo.
man. Let's try.
Tyrone
He did say
Hamden.
that. That was like it was a pause in the middle of the Lenny Bruce thing.
It was
'Cause
beautiful.
That was a beautiful mix of because you called
Dude.
yourself a deep puller. It's
Come
pause.
on, man.
That
Yeah.
was a great pause, by the way. I want you to
Yeah.
know I caught that.
Absolutely.
Tyrone Hamden, with Pat McAfee leaving Raw, they need a new announcer. They should go get Excalibur from AEW.
No, they
I
shouldn't.
disagree.
round of applause for
100%.
Tyrone. Thanks for the super chat.
Yeah, we
We absolutely
appreciate
should
super
not get
chat, but we should not do
Continue
that.
telling us about this movie.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now, Justin, I'm assuming he was extremely kind and you had a great time on set.
oh my gosh, it was so cool. And it's so much, I've spent,
Turn the air on, Mark. I'm sorry. We just edit it for
it
the
was
time.
a little hot. I thought it was
This
just
is
me.
crazy.
I'm about to say, this is
Wow.
Now I
added,
understand.
added some extra body heat in here.
Man.
Everyone was so cool. Like, obviously it was my first movie. They're all, movie freaking pros.
Mhm.
But they, taught me the ropes, put me at ease. Because, yeah, it's nerve-wracking. It's not SmackDown.
Right.
But, yeah, it was awesome.
Yo, you just did a movie with oh my God. Also, let me tell you this. Don't ever be nervous to approach anybody because you are a beautiful woman. If you were a mud duck, you should take your time.
Yeah.
Well, the first time I met
Wow.
the first time I met The Rock, it was when it was the SmackDown premiere when we moved to Fox. We
Yeah.
were out here in LA, I think, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And The Rock was backstage. I'd never met him before. And I was like, okay, Kayla, this is your moment. Like, when are you gonna get to talk to The Rock again? So I'm like hyping myself up. I see him start walking to his trailer. I'm like, I don't want to bother him, but this is it. So I run up to him. I'm like, excuse me, Mr. The Rock.
Oh, you
Yeah.
So he got a Mr. The Rock from me.
Yeah.
He was so kind. We talked for like 5 minutes or whatever. But yeah, so I get that. I get so nervous.
No, you should never, especially like if it's, you just know how people treat you in the world when you are facially challenged compared
Facially
to
challenged.
You know, that's
Is that what
facially-
you're saying?
I'm gonna start
Bananas.
using that facially,
facially challenged, yo.
All right.
When you facially challenged, you walk up to a girl, you be like, she'd be like, you're like,
Yeah,
okay.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I was going
I'm
that
sorry,
way.
my aesthetics don't
That's
match
on
my
me.
confidence. I need to relax.
My aesthetics
These
don't
are
match my
facts.
confidence.
Wow.
I'm very sorry.
These are facts. But yes, funny story that you may have. And while you at it, I don't want to confuse you. Yeah, give me your funny story. I don't want to just.
I don't know. There's a lot of funny stuff. There's like the notorious Kayla Scream video on the internet that people like to continue playing. Years ago, I was doing an interview where I was waiting. I was talking to the camera. We're standing by to talk to Roman Reigns, blah, 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 blah. I think maybe it was when Daniel Bryan was there and he
Mhm.
was about to like run over Roman with the forklift.
Okay.
And then I'm supposed to scream. Y'all remember this?
Yes.
Because the internet has never forgotten it. And it is, they keep playing it. It
Yeah.
is, you would not think I could ever step foot into a movie set based on the terrible acting I did in that set.
Wow.
But also, I blame production because they were making some weird cuts. But anyway, I don't scream. Like, I don't know what that sounds like. My voice only gets so high. But we're going live, and Vince is on the set. He goes, "Damn it, Kayla, scream!"
Scream.
So
Kayla.
whenever that noise came out of my mouth was the scream that I more screamed because I was terrified of Vince.
Oh,
But it
yeah,
was
a
terrible.
lot of women have said that apparently.
You
Damn it,
are out of control.
I mean, it wasn't.
Wait, I
It was
did
a
not
clear
even.
lie.
I
She
didn't
gave
catch
him a
what he
lob.
said.
But I was like, you know what I was thinking the whole time? I was like, Martin's too good to take this
No.
lob. And he's like, no, I'm not.
Not at all. Not at all.
Eee!
I don't
that
know what
movement was.
Wow.
You want to tell someone you've never played basketball?
That's how you
Like
do
that
it.
once again. That's just all you needed. Yeah.
That was beautiful. that's how they do it in the sport basketball.
Oh
Yeah,
my
the legs
God. Oh
crossed.
my God, bro.
Your power foot with your weak side hand. That was awesome.
Add a trampoline in that scenario, so
Man.
it was easy
Yeah.
to jump
Man.
up.
No doubt. No doubt.
Kayla. Kayla.
Yes.
I can play basketball okay.
I think we should set up an episode live playing basketball.
Yes.
Mm.
Listen, if y'all played one-on-one,
I'll play. I played
let's-
all through high school. My dream was to play in the WNBA.
I played with
But I
this
never
man.
hit 5 feet.
You
You're
can
not
still
5?
be good.
Really?
I'm not. I
Oh.
mean, I was good, but like they're not bringing in a 4'11.
fact.
I've
you know.
played with this man. You could spot him 5. I'm still playing. I'm still betting on you. Still betting on you. 100%.
One of their favorite stories of when I played basketball with you. They haven't invited me back,
Yeah.
but
Because
All right.
playing is a strong word. He participated.
He was there.
Yeah, you came.
I got some good shots.
Shots.
I threw the ball and
Did
it
you-
got in the goal.
You scored.
There you go.
Like 2 or 3 times. I can't remember. I didn't count.
So 2 or
but
3 baskets equals how many points?
6.
Hey.
You in the game.
So because they do like kind of like a back and forth. They just kind of keep playing, and I wanted to sit a game out, and they're like, "Hey, Martin, you in this next one?" And I was like, my knee hurts.
I was
Not
like,
even.
Your knee.
It's not there.
Mm,
Yeah.
This area.
yeah.
It's a lot of pain.
Yeah.
There are 2 things that I do not do as a grown man with other grown men.
Okay.
Play spades or basketball.
Okay.
Mm.
I mean, obviously there's a third, but I mean, come on, man.
I was saying, because when you said only 2, I was like, okay, well, 1, I know what he's going to say. And then neither of them came out.
Come on,
Yeah.
man. We was a PG show.
Yeah, I feel like there should be at least 80.
Yeah.
When the list goes that, yeah, it's definitely a lot more, but it's like, sake of joke.
Yeah.
Anyway, so as we get back to this, I want to know your favorite wrestlers to work with. A lot of times people ask wrestlers and people in the business, what's your Mount Rushmore? I don't want to know that. I
Yeah.
want to know your favorite people backstage to work with. Any number of people, don't feel the limit.
Hey, Kayla.
Obviously, loved our Aussies. I've talked about them quite a bit lately. Billy Kay and Peyton. I said
Yeah.
this recently. I think there was a disservice done to those 2.
Yes.
They should
I
have never
agree.
released them. They had so much talent just in the
Yeah.
ring, but just like on the mic.
Right.
They were
So good.
hilarious. They worked. They loved it. I felt they didn't get the shine they should have gotten up
True.
on the main roster, but loved working with them. Bailey is one of my absolute favorites.
Yeah.
I have a lot of fun with her.
The GOAT.
Sami Zayn was always a really good one to work
Mm.
with. He's just so
Friend of the show.
Friend
of the show.
Sami
Yeah.
Zayn.
And I
He-
loved when you dressed up as Sammy too. That
he
was
did, yeah, he loved it too. I always love working with the Bloodline. You
Yeah.
know, that's always fun. Zelina Vega was always fun to work with.
Zelina's another talent that is extremely underused and
I agree.
underestimated, undervalued. She's a star. And when I saw
She
her match at
is.
Backlash against Rhea Ripley, I was like, why is she not champion?
Yeah.
The timing was bad for her to be
Yeah.
champion at that moment because they were building that
No
story.
matter what her
But-
record is, she makes you believe she
Yes.
can, she
Yeah.
can
And
win the
she's
title at any
good.
time.
She's
Yeah.
amazing.
And she's
Amazing.
one of
Yeah.
the best on the mic that we have.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
that girl can
Facts.
just go and she just spits. Like a lot of times that's not even written. She just goes out there and she spits. So
This I know some wasn't written. She said something about the new stable Pure
Sonya
Fusion
Deville.
Collective. She
Yeah.
said something about Sonya Deville's forehead, and I was
Yeah, I was like, wow.
I know nobody right there.
Yeah, no.
that's
Ain't no
her.
writers was like, we about to throw you zinger in. Yeah.
Which one of you's taller, you or Zelina?
You know what? We keep going back and forth on this. It shouldn't even be a question. I'm clearly a lot taller. You know what's
A
funny?
lot taller.
I'm a lot taller than her.
Oh,
I've actually had to do a little bit of a split sometimes when I've interviewed. You know, a lot of times the announcers have to do like a little,
a little crab walk.
yeah, just
Yeah.
to
What's
make
that
the
one
wrestlers
dude
look.
who's-
Tom Phillips.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, he always
Matt-
had to do
here
it.
with it.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, you don't
Yo.
know human stands that way.
You know when Byron's doing it too, because Byron's bigger than like pretty much
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
You know when he's like doing the splits.
He be popping out of them suits. I'm like, what
Yeah.
is
Byron's one of those. He's one of those people that first of all, fan of Byron, friend of the show.
One of my favorite people that I've ever worked with.
I wanted to know, and you might know this. Why did he stop wrestling? He was an NXT guy.
Yeah.
He has a. I'm not gonna roast him. We're not
I
gonna
know.
roast him.
No,
But he has a smiley he
Well,
he
you know what,
got a real
Byron-
smiley
Oh.
face.
Byron, he excels at all the things that he does. That I
Yeah.
think he really loves the position
Yeah.
that he's in right
Got
now. He's so
it.
good at it. He
Yeah.
can do. You could throw him into any like position, and he
Yeah.
says, "Yes, I'll do it. I'll be there." And then he's just so good at it.
Because he's yoked. I'm like, why is this dude? Like,
He's
if he had
so
an
bummed.
injury,
Oh,
I
you
would
know-
understand.
You know why? So we sat next to each other on the
Mhm.
plane to Saudi this year.
Woo.
He brings his own lunchbox of food. I mean, I think there was like a fish or some salad on there that he should not have been bringing on this flight.
Oh, no.
Oh, he was that
And,
guy.
He's one of those
and
guys.
he's got like an alarm on his phone. He's up and he's got to eat his meals. Like
Oh.
he is disciplined.
Wow.
I used to laugh at him because he can't talk. He and like Dave Otunga, I think, are the two that can't talk and they can't hold a phone. Their biceps are too big and they get
Oh, that's
tired.
hilarious.
Crazy.
Yeah, I have that same problem.
Yeah.
So,
Can't
one of
hula
my
hoop.
favorite people.
Love Byron Saxon, man. Keep going. Your list of people that you love
Oh,
working with
gosh.
backstage.
Man, just listen.
And wrestlers, just, whatever you
I
want.
mean, obviously Paul Heyman. That's a no brainer.
How did that
though.
relationship begin?
Yeah.
Like, did he just take a
There you
shining
go.
random?
What is for you?
There you go.
Ladies
Thank
and
you.
gentlemen.
Thank
I know you absolutely
Did you love
missed
me
him.
brought him back at the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know. So Paul and I didn't know each other that well before we were put on the Talking Smack desk in the
Mm.
Thunderdome. They're like, they threw, as you noticed, they threw me like 3 different hosts.
Yeah.
And I was just
Yeah.
having to like, but then Paul was there and that's the one that hit. And again, I didn't know him very well. I got annoyed a couple times. I'm like, I'm here trying to do and host the show and I can't get any of my stuff in because
Yeah.
he's talking nonstop. But I quickly learned how brilliant this guy was.
Yeah.
And then he was like kind of building little storylines with me on Talking Smack that then got written into the show.
Wow.
And then, of course, when he like the jump scare thing and people loved that and latched onto that. And then I kind of became the exclusive interviewer for the Bloodline.
Mm.
But it was always Paul. Like Paul, like championed for me like the whole way until the last day I was there. Yeah, that he is an incredible guy, that Paul.
Man, that's so great to hear, yo. You have really had a legendary career in these 8 years, and it's only the tip of the spear. That's
Yeah.
what I'm excited
You
for.
didn't have to take a
about.
bump.
Thank you. I've taken a bump.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, which one?
Well, I mean, not with no one did it to me. I gave it to my because we had to take a bump class.
Oh.
I'm so glad you finished your sentence. I was like, what is this about to be? I had no idea.
Everyone's doing it.
Sorry. Yes, we had to take a class.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
know, it
learn
is
how-
Hollywood. So a lot of us.
Man.
But yeah, no. I never have any. I have no interest in ever getting into the ring
Mm.
and taking any kind of.
Have you ever run the ropes? I'm terrified to
No.
even try.
No, but watching it, that is painful.
It
Looks
is, yeah.
painful.
Super painful.
Super.
Yeah.
I
You do
was
it?
the Santini brothers or whatever.
Santino Brothers Wrestling Academy.
Brothers School. A friend of mine was in it. I just went for the day. I didn't take the class.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm gonna run these ropes. There's ropes here, there's a ring. I'm gonna run
Yeah.
them. And I almost threw my whole left side out. You
Wow.
hit it, and you're just
Crazy.
like, oh my lord, have
And they
mercy.
make it look so easy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why they're so beefy.
Professional.
They gotta absorb that.
Professional.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I mean?
Pain.
You got to jump in on this because we got to get to the rest of these shows, and I want you to be a part of this. However, jump in where you feel comfortable. I'm not going to do it like, and what did you think of this moment, Kayla?
Oh,
You
no,
be like,
okay.
I do have one question for you.
Okay.
Because I've seen you've been making the rounds ever since you left WWE.
Yes.
You've been asked 1,000 questions
Mhm.
about your time there and afterwards and future endeavors. What's the one question you're like, okay,
Enough.
I want to address this, and we need not, run over it ever again. Is there one where you're like, all right, this is what it is. Enough. Don't ask me anymore.
Let me marinate on that, and then I'll jump in and randomly tell you what it is.
Perfect. Right
I
out
love
of
that.
nowhere,
Show's
like
over.
Mandy or Morton over here.
Mandy Morton.
Yeah, yeah.
The pose at the end of that promo, boy, that's
Yes.
what sold it.
Yeah,
I hope really
absolutely.
sees that and adds it to the joint.
Yeah, just don't do
Um,
it again. It does hike the shorts up every time.
How does it? No, it doesn't.
No, see,
The shorts are the same.
You say don't, he takes an inch, and
Yeah.
There you go.
See, no, he's
Pause
on-
on that.
Yeah.
I kept my mouth shut on that one. I
That
knew where you
was-
were going.
Braun Breaker has so much sauce, it's not even fair. All spaghetti,
Yeah.
no noodles.
Oh, look at you.
Oh,
All
spaghetti.
spaghetti, no
I don't-
noodles.
No noodles. He got sauce, boy.
Respect.
He's a star.
Yeah.
When I saw Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman face off before they went to commercial break, I was mad they went to commercial because I'm like, bro, this is the moment we want to see. So
Yeah.
now that's a great feud that can help elevate them both even more so, Braun Strowman, than Bronson Reed because he's on fire right now. Anyway,
But I think Bronson Reed still needs it more than Braun right now.
you think so?
I think Strowman's there. He's not going to be champion again.
Why do you say that?
Why do you need him to be champion again?
Because he never got a true run. everything happened during the pandemic. And Braun Strowman had been on fire since his feud with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is what helped make Braun Strowman. And then when he won the title of WrestleMania against Goldberg, he never got a chance for the world to truly see him as a champion. And it was the Universal run. He never had a World Heavyweight or a WWE Championship run.
I'm kind of with Martin on this. I don't know if he needs it.
Yeah.
I think because it's that attraction thing.
Mhm.
It's like Big Show had a couple runs, but he
We
never.
are not comparing Braun to Big Show.
I'm just saying.
We're
Big
not
Show
doing
could
it.
do the moonsault.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
when he was Paul White.
Yeah, for sure. But that's what I'm saying. There's
WCW.
certain people who the luster never goes off of them because of who they are. Like you say Roman Reigns made him. I'd say it's the other way around.
You think he made Roman Reigns?
Him beating the dog shit out of Roman for like over and over again and like, I'm not done with you. I feel like that added more to Roman than it did him.
No, it added
because
more
when
to
he
him.
overcame it,
Yeah.
Roman was that much bigger.
We got the
afterwards.
little shield, Kurt Angle with his little vest on.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think he's
like,
always
yeah.
going to be Braun Strowman. He's always a threat.
I'm a fan of his, and I don't want him to be watered down just putting people over. I want him to get his shine. And
You got
just
tall
deserve.
guy bias. You a Omos guy.
Yeah.
you
You like
Braun
big
Strowman
boys.
guy.
Pause.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I just put over Gable. I'm a Gable guy.
You
Okay.
are sure.
I love Gable just as much as I love Montez and Angelo Dawkins.
Okay.
All right.
You should keep a counter for every time he mentions
Montez?
Street
Are
Profits.
those,
Yeah.
are those your,
He
Street Profits your
finds a
favorite?
sneaky way to
Listen.
get him in. Nobody was talking
those
about
are,
this.
that's
The Prophets are my guys because
Yeah.
they are so underutilized.
I agree.
And what they deserve are two separate singles runs successfully. And it's not happening. I'm going to always ride for them. So when they get their moment, I'm going
Yeah.
to scream at the top of my lungs, hella pause.
Are you gonna cry?
I might shed a tear when Montez gets the title.
There you go.
When Angelo gets first the U.S. title or Intercontinental, I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm going to do that.
Yeah,
But
okay,
for
you're
Montez, I
manning
can see
up.
the glory tear coming
Oh.
There
down.
you go.
Okay.
Okay. Single thug.
When was the
too.
last time you cried?
Last time I cried,
Yeah.
it's funny that you would even ask me this in front of Kayla.
Yeah.
Man,
I want to
Several
know.
episdes
I wanna
in,
know.
several.
this would be the one.
We
to ask.
texted earlier today. You could ask me.
yeah. When's the last time you broke down entirely?
I hung out with you yesterday.
Yeah.
That didn't come up. Jesus Christ.
This is the
Hey, we in
life.
front of a girl. When the last time you cried?
Yeah.
Hey man, you still need my car?
yeah.
Hey, you still owe me that $5, you broke bastard? Oh, my
Like, all
goodness.
right, well, all right.
So the last time I cried was the other night I was watching.
Oh, recent.
Yeah, it was
I was not expecting that.
There's why that reaction happened.
You know what
It was
I mean?
very
It was so recent.
Yeah.
So, I lost my father, unfortunately, to cancer in 2017.
Yeah.
And I was thinking back on my dad. And I was also, while thinking about my mom, my dad is gone. And I was like, man, I really have to show that I appreciate my mother more. And I was like, when I get up, I'm going to call my mom. But it was like, and I did, but it was like that night, thinking about my dad, going through old text messages and saying how proud of me he was and everything that I'd accomplished at that point made me get teary. So that's the last time I
That's
cried.
beautiful.
That was
Anyway,
beautiful.
Kayla, let's get back to
thought
Thank
you
you
were
for
going
sharing
left.
with us.
I thought you were going to swerve us. I thought you were going
Don't
to be
y'all
like,
feel like assholes now?
no.
No, that's a good ride.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
That's a
That's
beautiful
beautiful.
moment.
I just thought he was going to swerve us. I was going to say, I was thinking about my dad. I was like, I got to appreciate my mom. I need to get up and call her. And then I stubbed my baby toe and I started crying. I thought you was going the other way with it. But
I want to get you the authenticity. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's right.
Sometimes we got to be vulnerable as black men. You
that's
know what I
right.
mean?
Absolutely.
Speaking of vulnerability, this is a lot for a handshake.
Yeah, why'd you pause before the handshake?
Well, because I got a view that I'm the only one who can appreciate
You guys are
what's
acting
happening
like
up
my
here.
balls are hanging out.
They
What is-
might have, listen,
Hey, man,
second away, bro.
SmackDown
One
was
cough
crazy.
away. Yeah.
Grayson Waller is definitely the greatest heel on SmackDown.
He's so good.
He's so good. He does
I'm a
not
big
come out of
fan.
character.
Yeah, what's it like working with him?
He was actually one of my favorites working with.
Really?
Again, he's very intelligent. I love his insults. He actually got in trouble one time backstage with me because I think he called me gross or something in a promo, which I was fine with.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But they're like, you can't call the female interviewers backstage gross. I'm like, call me gross. And that's so great. But it was also brilliantly done. He's so good. He cares so much. He's really kind. He respects the business. He respects those who came before him. And yeah, he goes like, I think watching him on TV, he's one of the most entertaining, like you said, heels that are, I'd say like, I feel people were calling him Little Miz for a while, but I think he's
In the
already
beginning,
kind
I could see that.
but like,
Yeah,
he's kind of like, he's
He's-
this whole
yeah.
thing for,
Oh, yeah.
Because the thing about Grayson Waller, you can read those right after I say the sentence, please.
Mhm.
The thing about Grayson Waller, is he's a true heel.
Yeah.
He doesn't come out of it when you see him even outside of WWE TV.
I think he actually is maybe a little bit of a heel in real life. Like I think he'll claim that.
Yeah.
Like he'll tell you.
Which is difficult to do in today's climate because so many people sort of know, what's going on and how it's all, put together to still get that genuine heat and booze and everything. That's a hard ass thing to do.
He'll be a heel to other things. Like it'll be like
he was healing on Taylor Swift.
Oh my God. His little Twitter, his Instagram rants about just random shit is one of my favorite things. Like, what are you mad about, bro?
Right.
Everything. They also showed Chris Jericho in WWE TV on SmackDown when they were referencing Kevin Owens possibly turning heel. And I was like, oh, this is truly a new era, bro.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The You Can't Wrestle chance against Tonga Loa. I don't want you a part of this. Tonga Loa got them You Can't Wrestle chance, and I could not have agreed more. But this
no.
great.
I'm sick and tired of the disrespect to Tonga Loa. Tonga Loa has done something that so many people have not been able to do. He won one of the tag team titles without having to wrestle for the tag team title. All right,
Yeah.
Legendary.
That's a fact.
You got tall guy bias. He got crazy hair bias. Him and Tonga Loa's cut very similar.
That's a very similar cut.
Martin.
But it's a good cut. It works for you.
You have almost the same cut.
That is very true.
Yes,
you got Mike as kind of a straight back situation. You know
Chris
what I mean?
has the house party too when they went to college.
That's right.
Remember the dude that helped him?
Well, you got the curly
He got
fade.
that.
You know what I
Okay.
mean?
And you got the.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
This is
It's
great
good.
though.
Thank
Hey,
you.
don't cut your hair.
Absolutely.
I told you that.
No,
Don't
yeah.
ever cut this
Yeah.
hair.
Don't ever.
It's like that mixed with a little Beetlejuice. A little
A
bit.
little bit.
That's
I can see that.
unnecessary.
I tried to.
I love you, Martin. I'm just messing with you.
I agreed way too fast before I realized what she said.
Beetlejuice.
I was like, yeah, I can see that. Ooh.
Kayla.
Are we talking about not Beetlejuice, the little?
Yeah, the Howard Stern guy.
No, you're talking about Beetlejuice.
Oh, you
Beetlejuice.
talking about Michael Keaton?
You talking about Michael
Yes.
Keaton?
Oh, I was
Okay.
talking about the black dude.
I wasn't even thinking.
Yeah.
Well, now.
Neither are good.
No. There's no win to be had.
Why would you have been okay?
Yeah.
Oh.
You know,
So we got a couple of
the
super
veiny
chats.
ghost of the guy. I'd prefer that.
Kayla, I'm gonna tell you this for the future of your life. No roast ever sounds good from a woman to a man. He's like, oh.
Yeah. It just because you can't come back.
Yeah.
Just like you can't say gross is like, you are beautiful.
Yeah.
A couple super chats. Josh Shaw said, "Wise man, your girlfriend's here. LOL. Love you, Kayla." And Domingo Trip said, Carrion gonna own 2025 or 2026. Oba, Xavier, and Wesley to Final Testament.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
That would be fire, bro. I hate Nia Jax, but
Oh.
she's such.
How
That's our
dare
best
you?
friend.
I hate Nia.
Yeah,
I'm so
they're like
glad.
buddies.
I'm glad. I
I love you, Naya.
hate Nia
I'll
Jax.
beat this guy up in the parking lot after the show.
I don't
Yeah.
doubt that because she got the mobility. I hate Nia Jax, but that goes to show how great she is.
She's incredible.
And she's so pretty. So it's like when I'm looking at her, I'm like, oh, but she's so
I just wanna
pretty.
Kiss your cheek.
Yeah,
I'm so
let me take you out on
angry.
a date and tell you how great you are as a person.
Yeah.
But as a heel, I think she had a face run early on when she had her program.
Where she
with
was like
Alexa
getting
Bliss.
bullied. Yeah.
And it worked. But heel Nia, I don't
Oh, it's
ever
so
want to see her
good.
be a
So
face
good.
again because she's
Yeah.
amazing.
Mhm.
Yes.
Everything she does
Natural.
makes you be like, oh, and that's the best.
And it's been well enhanced with
We're talking about girls. So you good.
Okay.
You don't never-
Yeah.
yeah.
You guys scare me.
That's
with
a good
the-
one.
yeah.
I get it.
You talking about girls, you never have to say pause.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
But with
Don't give him that license. It's gonna be crazy over here.
Oh my God.
but her with like having Tiffany Stratton and Pretty Deadly,
Come
that's
on.
enhanced it to.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I wouldn't have never expected Pretty Deadly to be in that
Mhm.
sort of faction and for it to work the way it's worked. I'm like,
That's the
oh yeah,
bookend.
yeah.
But
so
it
good.
goes to show that this is something that you've never seen in wrestling, not even WWE. You've never seen a woman heel have male followers or underlings. And then you got the Tiffany Stratton thing with the briefcase. This is great storytelling, especially in that faction.
Yeah.
I don't know what it'll be, like Queen's Court or something like that.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for the super chat. And lastly, well, I don't know about
Say it, man.
Cody has different robes, and I'm realizing that he has TV robes for free TV,
Yeah.
and he got the pay-per-view
Yeah,
robe.
yeah.
And the SmackDown was a TV robe.
That's right.
It was like, here's
Can't
SmackDown.
just listen. Ric Flair was for the pay-per-views.
Yeah.
It'd be feathered out
Feathered out.
and
It's laundry day.
rhinestones and beautiful. Some of the TV tape, it's like he stole it from the hotel. The hotel I was staying at. It's like, you gotta.
Oh man, you remember like late WCW Ric Flair where he'd just be wearing slacks and a
Oh,
t-shirt?
Oh,
man,
yeah,
Like, what do you-
absolutely. Like, come
This
on,
don't
bro.
even fit.
No.
You got to tuck in.
Sweating completely through the tee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had that white man fit on, boy.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Favorite moment of your 8 years? If you could give me 2, I'd love you forever.
Oh God.
When you look back fondly on your run in WWE, what are 2 of the favorites?
I mean, honestly, and I think I've also said this many times, having the bump there were so many favorite moments in that, like getting my own show for
Yeah.
4 years on Peacock.
Can't beat that.
Getting to go interview. Like I got to interview Matthew McConaughey.
Ooh,
that was one of my favorite
all
moments, for
right,
sure.
all right, all right.
Geez, where were going to Saudi this year, which was my first time. I'm so glad I went before I left.
Yeah.
And getting to walk along the Red Sea with Randy Orton and have that interview, which Randy doesn't do stuff like
Right.
that.
Yeah.
That had to be one of the top. I think a lot of my top have happened very recently. The Kevin Owens in France was like so much
yeah.
fun because Kevin speaks French, and
Sure.
Yeah.
the little bit that we saw on the internet there was so much more stuff that happened that day that was so much fun. But yeah, I think the moments that I got to actually be, because I'm a trained journalist, I actually got to be a journalist and tell the stories of these superstars and
Yeah.
pull the curtain back a little bit. Now that we can do that in this new era, because people know the deal.
Exactly.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah.
I think that was really cool. So.
Man.
And everything with Paul. I mean, everything with Paul was his top favorite moments.
You know what I tell people about Paul Heyman? Because I met him once. Jeff Dye took me to WWE for a live event years ago, 2018. And he took me backstage to catering, which is why I can't go back to WWE events unless I'm going backstage. Because it's like,
You're
I'm-
spoiled.
you know,
you can't.
you're spoiled.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
spoiled now, you know?
Yeah,
I can't just
I'm
go
kinda
sit in the
there.
stands. I'm like,
Yeah.
is somebody coming to
After
get me?
Mania,
Actually, yeah,
I'm
Mania
just
was
like-
crazy. Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
I tell this about Paul Heyman every time. I'm like, he's a large guy, but this dude is solid. Like when you shake his hand,
Like the Kingpin.
he's like the Kingpin, bro.
Yeah.
He's like solid underneath this suit. And I'm like, I had no idea. Because when you shake the hand of somebody large, sometimes you're like, oh, this is about to be Fluff City. You know what I mean? Fluff
Just about to
City
stay
and they the
puffed.
mayor. You know, stay puffed.
Over here.
He was like the Kingpin. That's the best example, bro.
Oh yeah.
Man.
I met Paul a year or so ago. We were talking
Uh-huh.
about doing a live show for him.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would be great.
Yeah,
We should bring
right.
it back.
I mean,
Hey.
They kinda took
Bad
that away.
memories
Oh,
recently.
never mind.
Yeah, they took all that
It's all
away.
good. But I ran into him and I was like, oh my God, big fan. And he was like, you have immaculate taste. And I was like, thank you for not disappointing me.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes you do want to meet your hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a question for you,
Okay.
Kayla.
Let's hear
So
it.
we had you at the Netflix is a Joke Festival for Late for Work.
Yes, thank you all
Had you-
again for that. It was
Thank
fun.
you for doing it again. We had to
Yes.
do some stand up. We got to see. We ran through a Timu a projector
Oh my God, that was so great.
Yeah.
and did our best with that. When will you be hitting a comedy stage again?
Mm.
Funny enough, I was actually talking about you gentlemen this week with one of my friends. I've been writing some material for when that date might come back up. So, when y'all want to have me back, maybe I'll pop by. And we could leave the projector down this time.
Yeah.
I won't-
Okay. I mean, I still have it. So that-
He keeps everything from Timu. My favorite part of that is always the same thing. Because, you're, oh God, I don't want to use this word, but very demure.
Ah.
It applies in this scenario,
Oh.
right?
You mean it's gonna be used correctly for
Yeah,
what?
100%. You know what I mean? Always a lady,
Oh,
always
thank you.
respectful.
Thank you.
And then when you hit the stage, you said some words that I don't think anyone's ever heard you say before in public. And it was everyone looking around
Yeah.
was just, I mean, that is what I live for.
Oh,
that kind of
great.
thing.
Well,
That sort
yeah.
of shock. So if it's
Yeah.
more of that,
They say a
anytime.
lady in the streets.
Hey.
Kidding.
Hi, yo.
Goodness.
Her boyfriend outside. Oh, when is the show going? Let me know when that's going down. So tell me this now. What do you want from the acting career? A lot of times we just like, yeah, I want movies and TV, but like someone like myself, I'm very specific on what I want my acting career to look like now, as opposed to the beginning when I was just like booking little roles and I'm like, yeah, I'll play bathroom attendant number 2. Like, what do you want? Do you like? I don't want to lead your answers. What do you want for your acting career type projects?
Well, if before I say that, being a host is my first and foremost goal. Like that is where I've been doing it for so long. That's what I'm good at. That's the direction I'm going. However, if I were to play some roles in a movie, horror, it's just like the horror genre is just where I want to be. The scream queen, kill me, I don't care, final girl. That is where my focus is.
What was your first one?
I'm no
to get you to
romance
love that?
woman. I don't be on, huh?
What made you fall in love with horror? Because it's the third time
I've been
mentioned
watching horror since I was like 3 or 4.
That's crazy.
And I now try to, like, for a while, I kind of stopped because I felt like I was going to scare him away.
Yeah.
I was watching a scary movie like every single night. My entire bedroom is covered in hair. My whole house is just horror.
That's trauma.
It's Kayla's house of horror. So
You been through some things.
I just know, I just love it. It just makes me really happy. And it's like it's comforting to me.
Was it a movie like that made you fall in love?
I think the first, I'm getting like the first horror movie I think I watched. I think I was watching a lot of, It, like Stephen King's It. Like, I think that was kind of what got me into it.
Woo!
And this isn't a horror movie now as an adult, but as a kid, Idle Hand really scared.
Oh,
scared
yeah.
me.
Oh, yeah.
I had to keep my window.
Oh, my God. Yeah,
That
it
was
was
in the
Jessica Alba
microwave.
was in that movie. Yeah.
Yeah, young Jessica.
Loved all the
Alba,
Final
crazy.
Destination movies growing up, of
Yeah.
course. But yeah,
Not
no,
like
I just love it. Anytime I went and saw The Crow the other night. Anytime there's a horror
Wait,
movie
wait,
out.
wait. How was it?
there
First
was a
off-
go see The Crow? I thought that was like a home streaming situation.
I had to go see Bill. I had to see Bill on the big screen.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, how was it?
It was.
That's what's
it
up.
was fun. It was fun. He did great.
Cool.
Yeah.
Emphasis on
I love
he
that.
did
I love
People
that.
who love the original probably won't like this one.
Okay.
Okay.
But it was fun.
Have you seen what was that movie we were just talking about? Blink Twice.
Woo!
Oh no, I haven't seen it. Was it
Go-
good?
Yeah.
Was it
go see
good?
I
it.
was like,
Go
is
see
it worth
it.
seeing it in the theater, or
Yeah.
should I wait?
You need to
Okay.
go
Well,
see it in the
see it in
theater.
theater.
Okay.
Yeah.
With a crowd of people.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'll go tonight.
Yeah.
Yo.
Check it out. The Chris
Oh my
Burns story.
goodness.
Okay.
It,
Wait, hold
to
up.
this day scares me.
Oh wait, is it?
What could that mean?
What did you say?
I said the Chris Burns story.
I don't know.
That's- oh man.
Not certain how I should feel about
Let me
this.
tell you what Martin is.
Yeah.
Out for blood.
Yeah.
After we talked about his hair.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
is,
yeah. You know what? Yeah, I earned one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know what it means, but I earned it.
Well, what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is we're about to wrap up the main show and go to the after show. If you are not a member of the Patreon, become a member immediately. We got more Kayla right here, and we have some more things to get out and discuss. But for those of you guys who are just watching us live, thank you so much. You will catch the replay tomorrow. Let us know you're watching a replay by hitting your bells in the comments. And outside of that, we cannot thank you enough for your time today. Kayla, what is coming up for you that you would like to tell the people? How can they find you?
KAYLA Becker, Instagram, Twitter. I'll be posting some new stuff that I've got going on pretty soon. But yeah, I mean, you'll know things are happening when I find out typically. So
I love
just
that.
follow along.
Our sixth man off the bench, my guy Burns. What's coming up for you? What do you want to tell the people?
Chris_please on all things social media. Everything on this Late AF Productions podcast channel. 2 new channels on the works, one of which is a horror show. So we're gonna have you back.
Look
Please.
at that. My God. Marty Morrow.
At Martin M. Morrow on all social channels. I got some shows coming up and stuff. So just follow me on IG. Jesus.
IG.
On IG and post all my shows there.
Mandy Morton, you did your thing. Did your
Absolutely.
thing. boy.
Thank you. Thank you.
I would like to thank everyone from Power Morphicon this weekend. I want to thank Carlene. Thank you, Scott. I want to thank every single one of the Power Rangers. You guys have been amazing. Everybody who attended the panels, everybody who came up to me that just happened to be a fan of mine, and the people that came up that were a fan of the show. Thank you so much. Before the Bell is a labor of love that we love doing for you guys, and you show that it means something by you guys supporting us the way you do. Thank you for every single super chat. We are going to the after show, the takedown right now on Patreon. The link is right here in the profile. If you guys would like to become a member of the Patreon, we do some celebrations for you guys. Outside of that, CT is dope on everything. We out.